welcome back. And those of you that are new, welcome. Over the holiday weekend, the Labor Day weekend, I played in Albany. I live in upstate New York in Binghamton. And I played in the 145th New York State Championship. My understanding it's the longest continuous championship in the country by state. I'm in the under 1500 section. This is a game from round 2. I'm black. My opponent is white. Seth Ish, I believe his name is. He's a nice guy. So let's get to it. Like I said, I'm black. So let's go for it. He goes E4. I played my usual Scandinavian. He takes. Now, mostly as a rule, the queen takes. Now, I'm looking at the computer off screen, and the computer goes along with my move. It comes out the same. Now, it's a long video, but if they try to go, we'll say here with the pawn, it ends up in disaster for white. But he decided, I'm just going to guard it with a knight. Knight takes, queen takes, and he goes D4. All right, tiny advantage for black. We'll call it even. If I'm on move 5 and there's a tiny advantage for black, that means I'm doing something right. Knight C6. Hit the pawn again. He goes knight F3. I pin the knight. Now, as you can see, the threat is knight takes, but the queen could just take back. It's a long sequence, but he did the right thing. C4 is the computer's choice, but C3 is good as well, and that's what he did. Now, this got me castling long, which I very, very considered greatly. But the second best move is E5, and that's what I did. Continuing the push to hit the knight who's pinned to the queen. He goes bishop E3, and automatically we are on move 8. And I almost have a 4-point advantage already. I don't know what he was thinking about guarding the pawn, but he forgot one thing. E4 threatens the knight. What does he do? He can't push the B pawn, or the H pawn. He can't push this. He's kind of screwed. So he goes C4, hitting my queen. Now, this is a move the computer didn't like. Queen to A5 check was the computer's choice. Then bishop D2, bishop B4. You know, okay, I get that. I probably should have done that. But I saw I won a piece, so I just went queen H5. Okay. What I really want to do down the road is this bishop here with a tempo. We're going to see how that works out. Now, bishop E2 is his best choice. He's going to lose a piece no matter what. But he goes D5, figuring, okay, I'll threaten his knight. Well, and here's the part that I had difficulty with. Bishop B4 check is the computer's choice. I decided to go knight E5, which is another pretty good move. Now, the computer did all the arrows there, but that knight is in a really good spot. So he decides to check. I go bishop D7. Hitting the queen now. The knight's already in pre to the pawn. So even when the queen moves, this knight's still going to go. Bishop B3. He figures, okay, I'll get a pawn out of it. So I take the knight. He takes the pawn. Now, here's the part that I missed. I kept thinking to myself, I can't go bishop here and check because the queen is guarding that spot. Now, stop the video and figure out how I can check, and I missed this. I missed it. If I go check, bishop B4 check, and queen takes, what happens now? Pawn takes. He can't take with a bishop because this knight will come here and check and he'll lose the queen. I missed that. I missed it. and he can't leave it because pawn takes rook, and now queen would check and win the other rook, and it's really over. So I want rook d8. Sadly, I missed that continuation, but I'm still ahead. He decides to play bishop takes pawn. He figures, I'm going to get a couple of pawns out of this. And right now he's got 2 pawns for the knight. I still can go bishop b4 check, but I still don't see it. The computer likes queen to g4, which is a really good move. But I decided to take it. He took it with a bishop, and I played knight takes. Now, I could have been a lot farther ahead. But, you know, it's the part when you know you're winning, you let your guard down now. You let your guard down, because I got a queen coming in with check. I got a queen coming in here with check. It's tough. It's difficult. I go here with check, and then the knight's going to come across. His king's out in the open. But what I had forgotten he can do, because it's been so long and he moved the bishop, he just castled, and I went, oh, crap. No, I'm still got a piece for a pawn. I'm still way ahead. You know, it's... The computer likes bishop d6. It likes the bishop here. What did I do? I went bishop e7 with a question mark. Now it's tough. Because what happens is if I had went bishop e7 and say he checked me with one of his rooks, okay, check me with one of his rooks, I can bring the knight here. And it's guarded. But that didn't happen. I went bishop e7. Of course, he brought the rook over, naturally. No, I'm not that far ahead anymore. I'm less than a pawn up. And this is a lesson I wanted people to learn. There's another game where this happened as well. You're winning. You're winning big. And you're always on your guard, looking for capture your pieces or tactics or... But once you start winning, you relax. You put your guard down. And this is exactly what happened. You should always play as if he has this huge attack on you and you have to find the exact move every time. And I didn't do that. And I preach that to people all the time. But I didn't do it myself. Unbelievable. It's incredible to me. But anyway, so he goes queen. I go queen g5. Pinning the bishop. And right now, the game is basically even. He goes bishop c5. What do I do? What do I do? Knight d6. It blocks that bishop from taking the bishop with the rook on it and also hits his queen. Now, I got up and I walked around. A buddy of mine was playing in a higher section. Went outside, had a cigarette, kind of cleared my head. I had plenty of time on the clock. And he decided he didn't like the pin on his bishop. And that's all he sees is the threat. Now, he's not paying attention either. He goes king to h1. So I sat there for a minute. I thought to myself, is this a trick? Does he have a combo that I'm not seeing? So I took a couple of minutes. And I decided he hung his queen. He hung his queen. I got another reprieve. This very, very rarely happens. You can win a piece and win all kinds of material, but even at our level, very, very seldom do you hang your queen for nothing. So he went to get up, and I put my finger up like, wait, because I don't want to be a jerk and wait till he got up from his seat and then moved and have his clock run down. I put up my finger, and, of course, I took his queen. And that look on his face. Now, he was there with both of his kids. He was probably, I would say, mid-late 30s. He had a boy and a girl playing the tournament as well. And he just looked like somebody just took the air out of his tire. It's just, he was so disgusted. So he did the only thing he could do. He played rook takes. Now I play queen takes. Bishop takes, king takes. Right now, I'm up a knight and a rook. Now I did it again. I let my guard down. I thought to myself, there's no way I can lose this now. And I didn't. But I thought to myself, you know what, John, this is a good lesson. You lucked out. All he has is a bishop and a rook left. You got a piece and a rook up. Don't let your guard down again. He checked me, figuring, he's going to pick up my knight. But, of course, I just went knight takes d6. Now, that's not the greatest game to go over and analyze because there was a ton of mistakes, especially on his part and one on mine. But the lesson from this game is when you have an opportunity like I did, when I could have checked with a bishop, and then pawn takes, we can go back and we can look at that again. Where are we here? Let me scroll back. When he went rook to d8, instead of going rook to d8 on my part, I should have checked. Because when queen takes, pawn takes the pawn on g2, forking the bishop and the rook and threatening the queen again, get another queen. And being I was ahead of piece, I let my guard down. And that sat there for a couple of moves. I missed the intermezzo move. The intermezzo move, of course, after bishop checks, queen takes, pawn takes. Now what can he do? Say he moves the bishop to hit my queen. Pawn takes queen. Check. He has to move the king. It's over. It's over. Now I check here. It's over. Absolutely devastation. Absolute devastation. It's amazing to me that I didn't see that because I had won a piece. And I figured, what the hell? I let my guard down. What's the sense of danger, I guess is the proper term. My sense of danger, figured out he can't beat me now. He's down a piece. And I really could have sealed the deal. I saw the check, but I had forgotten about the intermezzo move after queen takes. I thought to myself, well, I still can't check him. The bishop's guarding this spot. How can I do that? He's guarding his spot. But if I play pawn takes, if the bishop has to move, I take the rook and get another queen with check. Like I said, if the bishop takes the pawn, the knight checks, and I win the queen. Because I let my guard down. If I wasn't a piece up, I probably would have saw that. Lesson learned. When you're in a situation where you just picked up a piece and you have a 90+% chance of winning the game, and you have time on your clock to spare, get up, walk around the playing hall, go outside, get some air, do what you got to do, go into the bathroom, men's room, throw some cold water on your face, take a drink of water, use this water supply at these tournaments, or drink something that you brought with you, clear your head, and come back. And you're going to see that I did it again in another game. But here it is, my round 2 game. Like I said, not a great game to analyze, but a great game to show you that always, always, always be on your guard, no matter how far behind or how far ahead you are. Until the next time, folks, goodbye and good luck.